Introducing PubCoin. PubCoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into PubCoins. PubCoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to Gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the Gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Matt Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! There he goes. There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Here. Oh, look at Nuss Flush Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Kencan. Kenny Kencan wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donut Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
You son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Can Smoking Mirrors. Director 97 home. That is great. Here comes Jason Meyer, the Eldorado Custodian. Billy Friedrich. Jones one. They're all coming down the finish.
Coin! Nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
From the corporate Peter Loshak, legendary sports handicapper, more dapper than a Dom. By the young phenom known as Jimmy, who declared one day that the bag was here to stay. Information like a PSA when we all PSR Pub Sports Radio Bizarre is a man named Slaughter and he flipped the script. No competition in this but they quit the trip. But we say we be pubbing, betting with the bag and you love it. We want a top 10, we above it.
Pub excited to announce the dates for Pubapalooza 4. The most exciting weekend of the gambling year. Round 1 of March Madness. It's all going down in San Antonio, Texas at the Southtown 101, Thursday the 20th till Sunday the 23rd. It's going down, baby.
Scheduled events every day that weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all going down in Southtown 101. Come hang out with some of your favorite Pub Sports Radio personalities.
Ooh, I can't wait. Meet us in Texas, baby. It's going.
Oh shit! Sorry, sorry, Jose Bouquett. I'm late. I'm late to the party. How's my audio? Welcome to Pub Sports Radio, everyone. How's my audio, video? Everything good? All right. Welcome to Pub Sports Radio, everyone. We do this every Tuesday. We have a lot of fun, almost all the time, and most of the time, once in a while, I'm super on the ball and on time. And I thought I was going to be today, but a little bit late. So the big question is, Gogi, do we have him for like however long or 30 minutes?
Yeah, I believe so. Let's bring him on now, and he'll tell us. Ghost.
All right, why don't you guys chat for a couple minutes while I post this shit on Twitter, and then I'll come back and we'll say hi to the comments section. Everyone, it'll be great. But chat for a little bit, all right?
Sure, Ghost. Are you here for 30 minutes with us?
Yeah, I'm here for 11:35, Pete. A little hard out, but can't wait for Pubapalooza, guys. It's going to be lit. Going to be a good time. Going to schedule that there the next coming days. But yeah, guys, definitely come on down. Fourth time doing this. I've been to all three, and every year it keeps getting better. And this year looks like creme de la creme. So looking forward to it.
Well, that sounds good. Pubapalooza. He says it's going to be lit. I'm not sure what that means. I hope it's good. If it's bad, I'll be there anyway. No, if let is bad, I'm down. I'll go down with the ship.
You know what I mean?
Let. Yeah, it's going to be let.
Yeah, these are the beauties of a Canadian accent here. I love it. Ghoster, what are you drinking over there? 2 cups over, little OJ and coffee? Is that what you're drinking?
Yeah, balance out a bit there. We got the cereal over there to the left. So, yeah, we're ready to go.
That's good to hear, Ghoster. It's good to hear. But yes, Pubapalooza 4, March 20th to the 23rd. As Jimmy said in the video, the best gambling weekend of the year. Round 1 of March Madness is going to be fun. It all goes down in San Antonio, Texas. You guys know the deal at this point. Come hang out with all of us. We're going to be in Southtown basically the whole weekend, having a great time together, watching the games together. We'll be doing live streams. We'll be recording content all together. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll be having shirts sales as well. If you guys have ever wanted some PSR merch, you can get it there as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. But guys like Ghoster, hopefully we get Pete coming back here again. This will be your 3rd Pubapalooza, Pete?
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. I'll plan what I'm going to do, and because I go down there, I'm like, I'm going to fucking impress everyone. And I'm going to, beat out anyone else who's trying to be the coolest guy. But then I get down there and I realize that pretty much I'm the only one who thinks that way, which is okay. You know what I mean? If there's no competition, a win with no competition is as good as any other win. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. But it's going to be a great time. I can't wait to see guys we haven't met before. Like, hopefully we get to see our guy Justin. I know Justin's determined to be there this year. And by the way, here's some tips. Here's a pro tip for everyone. Airbnbs seem to be the way to go down here. So maybe if you know a couple people in the chat, you guys can share an Airbnb. We've had many people do that before. It's a great time. So that would be my first recommendation to everyone. Airbnb is also very helpful and not even a sponsor. So it's a good time. And by the way, I will just quickly mention, so we're talking about Airbnbs. If you ever wanted a little Canadian trip, go to Harbor Acres Cottages. Our friends there as well. They're sponsors of the Cappers Contest Show. There's QR codes up there in the top corner now, speaking of Airbnb. So shout out to Salty Pete and Harbor Acres Cottages. But yes, it's going to be a great time, March 20th to the 23rd. Hope you guys are there. Hope we see guys like Ron Crawford there as well. Shout out to Nuke Worker, who was there last year, was an all-star of last year as well. Him and Troy Torrance dominating the cornhole scene. Pipe Larson, he wants to be there. Old E, all you guys. Pete, how you doing over there?
I'm doing all right. I'm so I didn't catch it. Is Gogi has to leave at 11:35 hard out?
Kind of a hard out, yeah.
All right. Then let's just get into it. You deal with what life gives you. Ron Crawford play of the day, OKC -4. We will talk about that. And his NHL play of the day, Minnesota Very, very interesting game. All right, everyone, let us know what you think. Let me just pull up my where the heck is it? My notes here, and then we'll get into it. We do have 11 games. We'll go as fast as we can while also being clear and understandable as we go through it all. All right, first game on the card. Let's talk about it. Toronto, New Jersey, right? Toronto, 2 straight losses, both as a big fave, but before that, they have been winning game in and game out. Austin Matthews, I don't know, does he hurt or help? And then New Jersey, shut out at home by Colorado last game. Before that, they had been winning most of their games. So both these teams off of very recent losing situations, but in general, before that, had been winning. And New Jersey's got to be pissed. I'm thinking first period over, maybe, because at this point in the season, when you have 2 kind of pissed teams, maybe you look for offense as opposed to playoffs where you look for defense early. I was thinking first period over. And as far as New Jersey as a small home favorite, I wouldn't want to fade either team right now. What do you think, Gogi?
Yeah, it's a tough game there. You said the over first period. I'm a little hesitant on that one, Pete. The goaltending here quickly. Markstrom, 2 games in December, Pete, 948 save percentage. He's 5-2-1, 875 at home. But both these goalies are playing well. They've only had 2 games, but you want to ride a hot goalie here, especially in the NHL. Stolar's 1-1 with a 943 too, Pete. And also, it's the homecoming. This guy Stolarz, he grew up in New Jersey. He's a New Jersey-born player, so he's coming home to play here. He'll be ready. 5-on-5 goals last 30 days. A stat I'm bringing up on the show. 24 for the Leafs, 23 for the Devils, pretty low, and then 16 against for the Leafs, 25 against for the Devils. So Leafs have been playing quite well defensively, even though they lost that last game with 5-2. Against Pittsburgh, they're 3-1 the game before that, but you're pretty much you're not actually pretty much healthy at all. You have question marks with Domi, McCabe, McCann, trying to see if they're in. Pete, do not know if they're in or not. Then on the other side, Allen's day-to-day. They're going to have to go with Markstrom. Doesn't look like Allen's going to go. So I think this is going to be a slow start to this game, actually, Pete. I think both these teams, they're playing actually quite well defensively. 5-on-5 goals have not been there. And another thing, actually, power play penalty kill last 30 days. They are humming. 37% for the Devils, 22% for the Leafs, and then 77% penalty kills. So as the game goes on, I can see this game opening up. But early with Stolar's homecoming game, I think he'll be ready. And then Markstrom, he's been 2-0 with a 948 save percentage in his last 2 games. So I like the under early. No goal first 9 minutes, 30 seconds, plus 125.
All right. Nuke Worker saying Wall is projected starter on left wing lock. I'm seeing daily faceoff, unconfirmed Stolarz, so we don't know exactly who's going to be in goal. I was definitely leaning first period over, but the total has gotten bet down a little bit. It was like 6.5. The first line I saw was a 6.5 juice to the under. Now it's 6 juice to the over. Not much movement on the side. And yeah, I guess I'll hold on. But
this is it. If Stolarz doesn't. Sorry,
go ahead.
If Stolarz doesn't go there, if it is Wall, which I'd be very surprised, then this total I wouldn't feel as comfortable. With Wall's been more of their home goalie for the most part, and then the homecoming. So this bet is all dependent on Stolarz really going for the Leafs.
Yeah. All right. I have a first period over. 3 yeses here.
3 yeses. Wow.
Yeah, on my little note sheet here. All right. I mean, even though it's sometimes when teams get 2 salty teams against each other, they can be very tight offensively. I'll take a shot with it. I'll take a shot with the first period over, and this will be Toronto, New Jersey, first period over, 1.5 minus 127. I will make that an official play. I'll open up a few other places while you're talking about the next game and maybe shop around a little bit. Also, Justin McElvey, Stacks play of the day is South Dakota in college basketball. Yeah, I hit that one too, Stacks, Justin McElvey, but I didn't understand. I couldn't explain why the line was where it was. And that's often, sometimes it's a bad sign. Always something you should at least think about. All right. Next game on the card, NHL, Mr. Gokster, Colorado and Pittsburgh, right? Colorado, it's their last game on their trip. They've won 3 out of 4 so far. Pittsburgh, an up and down team. They have recently been surprising more with their wins. They're off a nice home dog win against Toronto. Here they are again, a big home underdog, a high total, which is understandable, I guess. And at the line, I'd have to be leaning Pittsburgh, although I don't really want to fade Colorado. And maybe I'd be more comfortable with team total over for Pittsburgh. What do you think, Gogi?
This is a tough game here. The over is where I was leaning towards here. Wedgwood, he has been decent. They're 2-1. Pete, this month. 951 save percentage. He's kind of swinging above his belt there. 2-2-1, 921 save percentage on the road. So he actually has been okay with, with Ottinger on the, or not Ottinger, sorry, with Gorgiev being traded, Pete. They also just traded Gorgiev for Blackwood from the San Jose Sharks. So the Sharks, I think they picked up a goalie in Gorgiev no one's wanted, but that team's up and coming. But yeah, they got a new goaltender here in town. Wedgwood's been solid though in the last couple of games. 5-on-5 goals, 33 against for both these teams. We're talking about the Leafs, the last one, 16 against for the Leafs. Both these teams, 33 goals against, 5-on-5. So the goals against are where I would be looking in this game. It's just Wedgwood has been playing decent, and then I'm seeing a possible Neto Djokovic, Ned being in net here. I don't know if it's going to be Ned or Yari. Yari's been 2-1, 912 save percentage his last 2 games, 2 wins with him. So I'd be surprised if it's not Yari. But I'm going to stay off this game. Just Tomasino is out for the Penguins. They're pretty much healthy. Juan, Wood, Manson, Killington, they're all going to be out, it looks like, for the Avalanche. So I wouldn't talk anyone off the dog here. I think there should be some goals. Avalanche have also been on a bit of a road trip here. Pittsburgh could get them. I'm going to stay off it, though.
All right. Yeah. I mean, Wedgwood, what's your take on him? Would you expect him to be, unusually good in his opening games for Colorado, or what?
If he's playing well, then I wouldn't be fading him, I guess, necessarily. It's when you start to see the cracks, I guess, in these goalies that don't necessarily play as many games, kind of a journeyman, you could say, in Scott Wedgewall. We used to call him there. You had the nickname Wedgewall too, Pete. Played for Dallas for a while. This guy can be good when he needs to be. Smaller goalie too. Then Yari, he's very tough to trust. He's playing well right now, but it won't be easy for the Penguins tonight. The goals feel like a good play tonight. I almost played both teams to score first period and 3 goals, but I stayed off this one.
Wait, you said it won't be easy for the Penguins tonight?
Well, it won't be easy for Yari, I think. I think Yari, what was his 2 wins against here? The Devils, nice 4-0 win, and then Detroit. Just the Avalanche are such a fast team, Pete. Goalies, anytime a goalie gets a win, I would say against Colorado, it's a good win, especially if you're allowing 2 or less goals. They got Makar, they got McKinnon, 2 of the top players in the NHL right now. So, but then the Penguins on the other side, they're finally getting those wins that they needed. 5-2 win against Toronto. It was 2-2 going into the third period, and they got those 3 goals. So they're just playing good hockey right now. So that's why I'm not betting this thing.
All right, I will take it. I'll take the Pittsburgh Penguins team total over 2.5 -155. I'll shop around to see if I can get better anywhere, but I'll take a shot with that. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it.
I like it. They got 26% power play too last 30 days. 14% I have here for the Avalanche. Both penalty kills have been pretty weak, so I wouldn't talk anyone off Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. There's another place I'm going to look that might have a little bit better. Let's look at the comment section, and then we will.
What do you got here?
I'm sorry. Yeah, look. I'm serious. Okay. Yeah. Looking at comments here. Okay, and Morgan Spooner with some call. Yeah, Jacksonville. I took that one, Morgan Spooner. Rutgers -1. That is a weird game. Of course, Penn State coming off the Purdue win, but I just don't really trust Rutgers right now. But I can understand it. I definitely did not take that one. Rhode Island. I was leaning Brown, but we'll see. And then Long Beach, I have no opinion on, but I definitely like Jacksonville. All right, next game, Mr. Gokster. Here we go. The -450 favorite game, San Jose, Carolina. San Jose, we've talked about them. Young team that was clearly undervalued for a while, bunch of games in a row. Now they're kind of wearing down a little bit. This is their 5th game on the trip. They won the first 2. The last 2 they lost, and they scored only 1 goal in each, so maybe they're wearing down. Carolina lost to the Islanders as a big road favorite in their last game. They've now lost 4 of 5. They're salty. They clearly want to and need to turn it around, and they'll be able to. But adding all that up, I'm not sure if that justifies a -450 NHL favorite line. I guess I'm just going to pass on this one. What's your take on this one, Gogi?
Well, Pete, it's up to 525 at 365.
There you go. There you go.
535 at DraftKings. So this is a crazy line here. I know Kochetkov's back in net. Big reason why they had a lot of those losses was because they had Spencer Martin, not a journeyman, but an AHL second-tier goalie, if you ask me. No offense, Spencer. But, get Kochetkov back in net. It's going to be tough for San Jose to score. I want to say, despite them 33 goals for in the last 30 days, 5-on-5. But both teams have been allowing a lot. I expect that to change for the Hurricanes. Team total under 2.5 on the Sharks feels like a good play. I did not play that. This is going to be a no play on this game. But this feels like a get right spot for the Hurricanes. Their style of play should not allow the Sharks to do much here tonight.
Okay, and Justin McElvey posts Penguins team total over 2.5 minus 137 at Bet Rivers right now, baby. Line shopping, so friggin' important. And thank you so much, Justin McElvey, for that. And that's the line I'm going to take. Minus 137, Bet Rivers, Penguins team total over minus 137.
Makes a difference.
Yeah. There you go. Skunt Blaster, here we go. Skunt Blaster, of course, the guy who called that Central Michigan college football money line winner, big, huge dog, a few weeks ago. His plays of the day, Blue Jackets, we'll talk about that. Ooh. Bruins, we're going to talk about that. And Albany, wow, against Syracuse. Yeah, I was successfully fading Syracuse earlier in the year. Not exactly sure exactly how bad they are. Albany getting 13.5 against Syracuse. I'm going to look into that game more later on. But Scuntbag loving it, plus 13.5. Maybe I'll just blindly tail that. All right, let's move on, Mr. Gogster. Next game on the card. Here we go. Philadelphia and Columbus. Scuntbag NHL play of the day. It's Skunt Blaster. Scuntbag NHL play of the day. Yeah. Columbus money line minus 120. Columbus, of course, playing against Philly. Philly 3 straight losses after a run of wins, but those losses weren't too bad. They were against kind of good teams, kind of close. Columbus back home after a trip. Right? They beat Winnipeg in their last game. They've been, of course, awesome at home this year. Columbus, a lot of the NHL teams, big home road dichotomies. Vancouver, awesome on the road, terrible at home. Columbus has been great at home this year. Now they're back home off a trip. I was actually thinking, I think I'm going to make it official Philly first period, just first period, not full game, because I don't really trust Philly in general in full games. But in spots, I'm willing to take them. And considering how they've done recently, I was thinking Philly first period might be worth a shot. Skunt Blaster liking Columbus full game. And I was also going to take Philly to score in the first period, whatever that line is. What's your take on this one, Mr. Gokster?
Oh, I'm right in line with you guys here. I think this is going to be a goals. Both these teams are playing well right now, in my opinion. Young talents there. And also, young talents there sound funny. Shinnikov and Sillinger. Can't pronounce that one, but they're both looking like they're going to be playing. So this team's going to be completely healthy now, the Blue Jackets. Delorier's out for the Flyers. He's just a big fighter. They don't need him, really. 34 goals, 32 goals, 5-on-5 last 30 days. Both teams are scoring a lot, 28-31 against. And then the penalty kills, Pete, 70% and 64% last 30 days. This feels like you're going to see goals here. I like your Flyers look, but I think the Blue Jackets are going to put one up too there, just like our guy there in the chat, Skunt Blaster, was saying with the Columbus. So I'm taking both teams to score in the first period, Pete, plus 150. And then I'm taking both teams to score 3 goals as well here at plus 155. This Flyers team, they're defensively, they're 7-4-4, but they're scoring, 2 against Utah. But, before that, 3-5, 3-3, 3-4-3. So this team's starting to score. And then the best player, the rookie right now, people aren't talking about is Michikov there for the Philadelphia. And on the other side, you got a stud in Marchenko. So if you want to take maybe a goal prop, I like the goals guys. Marchenko for Columbus, and then Michikov for the Philadelphia. Got kicked out of a game, signed an autograph too. Good kid. But anyway, yeah, I like the goals here, guys. First period, and both teams to score 3 goals here.
All right. And I'll make definitely Philly to score in the first period at minus 185. Big line, but I'll take it. And I will also take a shot with just the Philly first period money line, minus 108. Could get burned on that, but it's not a big line. So I'm taking both of those. Nasty Nate, shout out to Nasty Nate. Lamont Williams says, good morning, Pete. My max parlay Oilers. Okay, we'll talk about that game. And the Florida game under 5.5. Interesting parlay there from Lamont Williams. We'll talk about both of those. Let's see. Kenny Cam, Taylor and Gokster both score 3.
I like this game. This is one of my favorite games maybe on the card here. Erson 2, Pete. He's allowed 4 against Utah, 3 back when he played early in November. He's only had 1 game since coming off the IR too, and it's not going to be easy with Columbus. I lean towards Columbus more. I'm thinking about it. You got Merzlikins at home too, but Philadelphia, they're healthy and they're just as fast as Columbus, so should be enough.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's get into the next game. LA and the Islanders. Islanders, a small home dog here. This is one of these lines. Why is the line as low as it is in light of how both teams have been doing recently? Is it a great play on the team that it seems like it would be a great play on, or is it the old trap? more often than not, it's the old trap, but we'll see here. LA, of course, rolling. They've won 5 in a row, all on the West Coast. So now they're going out to the East Coast. The Islanders have won 2 straight as a dog after mostly losing, but they're just not playing that well. They're not getting a lot of shots on goal. And I don't think that their last 2 wins as a dog are indicative of some kind of change of expectations for them. So all things considered, LA as a very small road favorite here looks tempting. But again, they're going cross country. The Islanders are off a couple of wins. I was thinking that the under in the first period under might be worth a shot. What do you think, Gogi?
That's where I'm looking at this. The line is I'm going to stay off this one. I almost played the Kings, but the Islanders are playing a little bit better. You said it, though, Pete. The penalty kill is still abysmal. Last 30 days, 63%. And this Kings team, too, only 16 goals allowed last 30 days, but they're going to be going on the road. A lot of those games were at home. And then goaltending-wise, Rittich has been solid. He's only in 1 game this month, 929. Sorokin, the issue is home road splits here. Rittich, he's 3-5 with an 847 on the road. Pete, 3.54 goals against. I'm going to take the no goal in the first 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Scheduling spot 2 here. They're coming off of, that nice win on the road. LA starting a big road trip, though. They're playing the Devils, Rangers, Pittsburgh, Philly, and Nashville all on the road. So I'm going to trust a no goal in the first 9 minutes, 30 seconds. This was almost a no play, but just the way both these teams are. And the Kings aren't as I remember last year, they were unbelievable on the road, Pete. They were scoring goals too, but this year it's been completely different here. And I don't really think it's going to change here against the Islanders who need to start playing well. I don't see them just kind of laying an egg here. I expect this to be a tighter game. Could be like an overtime 2-2 game. But no goal first 9 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah, and maybe I'll just take the first period under because we do it. The total is 5.5, heavily juiced to the under. And I don't know, fluky things, as we know, can happen in the NHL. Let me see what the first period would be. Yeah, I'll just stick with one play. LA Islanders, first period under 1.5 minus 119. I'll shop around to see if I can get anything a little bit better. 5.5 at like minus 140. I don't know. That makes me a little bit nervous, even though, it has 2-2 going into overtime written all over it.
Yeah. I had an OT game last night, Montreal Anaheim 2-2. I could similar game. It's really Rittich there. If Rittich starts to look really bad here, this game could start to get out of hand because then the Kings got to open it up. But I don't see that happening. I'm
seeing Darcy Kemper, but unconfirmed. But now I'm seeing Kemper likely.
Kemper likely. I don't mind that. I don't have his numbers here. I can pull it up really quickly here. On the road, Kemper he's 2-1-2, 908, 260. So he is the better goalie on the road. And then his last few games here, he has 957, 1 goal against, a good win against Minnesota, 2-2. Yeah, this is the better goalie you want. I have a stronger lean probably towards the under now with Kemper going. I like that.
Okay, let me see. More comments coming in from Philly Eagle Flyer. Let me see.
Sorry, Pete, defensively, Kemper like 23, 20, 27, 22, 16, 21. They don't allow a lot of shots against this Kings team. And that's against Colorado, Minnesota, some teams that like to shoot the puck. So the under does feel like the play here.
Yeah, I should probably add on the full game, but I'll hold off for now. I should probably buy the 6 at some ungodly favorite number. All right, let's move on. Next game on the card, Calgary, Nashville. 2 terrible teams. Another game where I was leaning under just because both are so bad offensively. Calgary, they lost at Dallas their last game. Now they've lost 6 of 7. Nashville's lost 7 in a row. They can't score at all. They can't get over 2 goals in almost any game. And I was thinking, considering that Calgary is getting a pretty big dog line, I was thinking Calgary maybe as a dog or the first period line and under, just because both teams are so bad offensively seems obvious, but I guess I'm going to hold off.
I think the money's moved towards this Nashville. They're 7-21, Pete. They're 7-21. Oh my God. It's just crazy. Every game's gone under pretty much. The one game against the Devils, but they can't score 3 goals. Just an abysmal road trip there. Can we just say past this game? I hate this Nashville team now. I've tried to give them so many chances and they just keep failing. And the line's moved in their favor here. I'm not betting Nashville at minus 166. Lost too much money on these guys. They should win. They should have won a lot of other games too, but they haven't. So I want nothing to do with this game. Nothing.
You're right. That's incredible. There's about a 20-cent fave in Nashville. Teams lost 7 in a row, and the total is staying right where it is. All right, let's move on. Next game on the card. Here we go. Boston and Winnipeg. And who was it that was really liking Boston? I forgot. I can't copy and paste. I'm sorry.
I think it was Skun Blaster.
What? Oh, right. Okay. So Boston, small, relatively small road dog to Winnipeg. Boston, of course, they've won 4 in a row, 7 of 9, mostly against subpar teams. This should be tougher, but the other reason for that is that the coaching change has a little bit of a fire under the team. And then Winnipeg, of course, had that incredibly awesome start to the NHL. And this is just NHL in a nutshell right here. Now, all of a sudden, they're having a hard time beating anyone. They're, how could they win game in and game out for 20 games? And now all of a sudden struggling against everyone. They're about a minus 140, 150 favorite right now, which is what I saw. And again, now they're going to be stepping up a little bit in competition, I guess. Boston, do they have value as a dog? Maybe the under? I'm not sure. What do you think?
Yeah, the under is kind of where I'm going to be looking. Pasternak, Pete, I have him day to day. So the Pasta Man looks like he's not playing. He's going to travel on this road trip, but I would not expect Pasternak to go. So this feels like a good spot for the I hate to say it, but I think that the Jets here, they're coming off that loss 4-1 at home to Columbus. Yeah, that's a bad loss. And then who's in net? You're going to have Hellebuck in net. I have a tough time believing that this team's just going to lay an egg. Swayman is 3-0 this month, Pete, but .895 save percentage. 263 goals against. That just tells me that there's not a lot of pucks that have been hitting Swayman. Still got 263. The lower scoring game feels like it's definitely in play here. That's the way Sacco's been really emphasizing. But they've been playing Philadelphia, Chicago, Detroit, Montreal, Pittsburgh, some teams that just aren't as strong, or at least teams that you can't give new opposite rushes. My lingo is kind of going a bit, but they can't give 2-on-1s the other way against a team like Winnipeg. So I think Boston's going to really kind of hunker down here. No goal in the first 9 minutes, 30 seconds. I like that play. And I also think with no Pasternak, and I expect a better game here from Hellebuck and company. So I'm going to go with Boston's team total under 2.5 at minus 115 here. Lower scoring game, could be a 2-1 win Boston here, guys. But I expect the Jets to, after that 4-1 loss, possibly 80% chance here. I'm saying Pasternak does not go. The Jets got to be, licking their chomps here. This is a spot they should bounce back games definitely in play, I think, for the Jets.
All right. Well, people all over the map here, of course, Skunk Blaster like in Boston, Philly Eagle Flyer like in the Bruins team total under, but then Joey B like in the over in the game. It's going to be a pass for me. Let's move on. Next game on the card. Here we go. Tampa Bay, Edmonton. Tampa Bay off of 2 nice wins. They had been struggling before that, but they're clearly a good team, great team. And Edmonton off of 2 wins as a huge home favorite. Tampa Bay has been starting games slow. I don't know. I don't think I can. I can't take a first period over, I don't think, with Vasi in goal. Can't really bet against either of these teams. This is going to be a pass, I think.
That's what I thought too, Pete. The numbers here, both goalies have been playing really well. 2 games, 935, 936 save percentage in Skinner and Vasilevsky. But we know Vasilevsky, Pete, on the road, 4-4, 881 save percentage. That's where he starts to slip up a bit. And you got a team in the Oilers who are starting to score, playing better. They're healthy too, for the most part, Arvidsson, Kane, but they got Hyman back. He's been scoring too. This just feels like fire here. Cernak and Cirelli, some question marks there. They're going to want Cirelli especially going, and Cernak. But 37% power play for the Lightning, 27% for the Oilers in the last 30 days. They're starting to score. This is either – I don't see this being a lower scoring game. I really see this being similar to that Flyers-Blue Jackets game, guys. I'm going both teams to score in the first period and 3 goals in this game, plus 130, plus 140. I think the offenses are humming right now. It's just going to be a lot for these goalies. And who has Skinner played there? Skinner's 2, right. And he's 1-1 really quickly here. And that was against, it looks like St. Louis, and Vegas was a 1-0 loss. Played good there. And then a win against St. Louis, I believe. So, I think this is going to be both teams are just too much offense right now, guys, without me tripping over my words here. Take the first period, both teams to score and 3 goals in the game.
All right, that's what I was thinking. I'll take it as well. First period over, 1.5, minus 141. The full game over 6.5, probably worth a shot as well, but I don't want to double up. And we'll just move on. Mr. Gokster, Minnesota, Utah is the next game. Minnesota, Ron Crawford's play of the day in the NHL. Minnesota, a small road favorite. They lost to LA in their last game, which was on a back-to-back, a bit of a tough spot for them. But before that, they had been winning, playing very low-scoring games and winning most of them. Utah, they're off of 2 nice road wins. Now they're back home, and I was thinking Minnesota first period. Not necessarily full game, but it's good to see Ron Crawford liking them full game. I was thinking Minnesota first period.
Yeah, I get why you like that game coming off the loss. I believe Utah's coming off a road trip too. Vejmelka, he has been playing better, 913 save percentage, but Gustafson's a goalie. I have a tough time betting against this Wild team after a loss, Pete. Eriksson X looks like he's going to be out. Brodin, Zuccarello, still got guys stepping up. 97 there. He's been a stud for a while. Kaprizov there, 14 goals against though in the last 30 days, 5-on-5 for Minnesota, and then 17 for the Utah Hockey Club. Get a name, guys. Come on. But yeah, this is going to be a lower scoring game, I would believe here, Pete. Lean towards the Wild as well, like a Utah team total under 2.5 feels very live. Power plays haven't been doing too much. Penalty kills slightly below 80% as well. So it's going to be a no play here. Gustafsson, I expect him to steal the show here. Lower scoring win for the Wild.
Yeah, I was thinking about the under as well. First of all, I'll take Minnesota first period minus 108. And I was thinking about the under, like buying to 6. That could be a little bit risky, though, especially in Utah where things get out of hand late. Kind of like the first period ended. Go ahead.
I think just the way, this Gustafson's been, Pete, he doesn't allow 3 goals to a team. And then this Utah team, they haven't really been scored. They're coming off a long road trip where they played well too. So what am I looking up here? I'm trying to see. I'm looking at the team total for the Utah Hockey Club here really quickly. It's 2.5 plus 120. Really? 2.5 for Utah to the under at plus 120 feels like a good play. I don't know why that would be so high.
All right, I'm taking it. I'm also going to add on Utah no goal first period plus 129. So those are 2 official plays there. Mr. Gokster, we got what do we got? We got 2 more games. Can you cover them, or do you have to jet right now?
No, we can go, Pete. I'll just be quick with them. But I like the Utah Hockey under 2.5.
Okay, next game on the card, St. Louis, Vancouver. St. Louis, of course, also had a coaching change a while back, and they have been playing well in their current road trip. Now they're getting a big dog line against Vancouver, who's off a home loss to Tampa Bay, and they have been notoriously bad at home this year and good on the road. Clearly, so far, they've been way overvalued at home so far. And St. Louis getting such a big dog line, I don't see how even though Vancouver's off of a home loss, another one, at some point they'll turn it around at home, but it's St. Louis or nothing and leaning under.
Well, I think the reason that line is what it is old Margaret Thatcher Demko.
Right.
Be back. First game of 2024-2025. I'm seeing here historically great home goalie as well. This is going to be a no play short and sweet. Don't know what we're going to get from Demko here, to be honest. There she is. Binnington, guys, 1-1, 883, not playing great hockey in his last 2 games. So I wouldn't talk. The line's too high, in my opinion, to take the Canucks, but should be a lower scoring game here with Binnington Canucks. No play, though, for me here, Pete.
Okay, and the last game on the card, Florida, Seattle. Seattle back home after a successful East Coast trip, right? And Florida, they were struggling to start the year, but they've now won 5 of 6. They're off a win as a huge home favorite against San Jose. Florida clearly playing closer to their form from last year. Seattle had a nice East Coast trip, and now they're coming back home as a big home dog, going up against Florida, though. I'm not sure what to really think here, and Lamont Williams likes the under in this one. I don't know what I think here. I mean, I'd be leaning Florida first period and Florida full game, though.
That's kind of what I was. I didn't pull the trigger, though. Something was telling me a higher scoring game here, but the Kraken are coming off that road trip again. We're 7-5, 5-2, 4-2. Remember, Pete, I was saying Vince Dunn. When they get that Vince Dunn, whatever his first name is, once he starts coming back, they're going to start scoring, and they have. Guy moves the puck as a defenseman, one of the better ones in the league, Lindsay Ontario. But in this game, Decord, I also have him as day-to-day, questionable for Decord. So I don't like that. He is 2-1 with a 9.17. Bobrovsky has been playing solid on the road. I wouldn't talk anyone off Florida, even though the line is too high, though I don't like how high the line is. That's probably because they think the Panthers are going to win. So I have a pretty strong lean towards the Panthers to get this one done tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle, man. And Bobrovsky's in goal, right? Is he unconfirmed? Yeah. I'm seeing.
Bobrovsky's in goal. And also one more thing here, guys. This team, 51 penalties from the opposition in the last 30 days. That's number 1 in the league. So that just means teams are taking a lot of penalties against the Florida Panthers, which is not good. They got a 30% power play.
All right, I'll take Florida on the first period for sure. I'll take them. I'm seeing minus 150 here, but I could probably get a better line. Yeah, minus 147. I'll take that one. Florida first period money line minus 147. I'll just go with that. All right, Mr. Gokster, do you want to review all your official plays, or do you got to run immediately?
Yeah, I'm gonna run there, guys. Checking me out though. Gokster99 there on Twitter. I just tweeted all the plays there. They got 9 plays on the card there today. So as you can find all the action, and enjoy the rest of the show. Shout out to Billy and everyone else on the program. We'll see you guys next week. Cheers.
Right on. Thanks so much. I'm Mr. Gokster. All right, just to review, I got a lot of plays on today's card. My leads have been doing okay in the NHL, so I decided to be a little more liberal with my official plays in today's show. Got Toronto, New Jersey, first period over, 1.5, minus 127. Penguins, team total over, 2.5, minus 137. Thanks again, Justin McElvey, for finding me that line. Philly, first period, minus 108, and first period goal, minus 185. LA Islanders, first period under, 1.5, minus 119. Tampa Bay Edmonton, first period over, 1.5, minus 141. Minnesota, first period, minus 108. And Utah, no goal in the first period, plus 129. And Florida, first period, minus 147. All first period plays today. Big, interesting card. Once again, the Ron Crawford play of the day is Minnesota. So hopefully they can, against Utah, I think they'll be good early. Ron Crawford thinks he'll be able to maintain it the whole game. And Skunt Blaster, like in Boston, as a dog, and also like in Columbus, who has been great at home, now coming back home. All right, let's see. What else? Let's see the comment section here. Irish King, like in Florida, minus 1.5. Makes sense. Yeah, that's probably a better play than Florida first period, but I'm already done. And all right.
Beautiful job, Pete.
I'm sorry? Yeah. Okay. What do we got coming up next? NBA or what?
Yeah, we've got the NBA. Hopefully we see this man. He's also a Pubapalooza veteran as well. Pubapalooza's one veteran, old Billy Brisbane, joining the program. Billy, how are you? How goes it?
It's going very well. Nice little Tuesday here. Feel nice and rested, and excited to see some basketball across the screen after some football across this weekend. College.
Yes. All right. So, Billy, what were you prepared for today? We got 2 NBA games, and are you going to talk college basketball, or what are we planning to talk about?
Just NBA today, because
just NBA
Locker Room podcast, UFC Tampa Bay coming up at just over an hour.
All right, sounds good. Well, we've got 2 NBA Cup quarterfinal games today on the card. I looked at both of them. I have no opinion on either of them, although, of course, as always, they're interesting handicapping situations. Let's start with Orlando-Milwaukee. I don't know, man. Orlando had been awesome ATS all year long. Then they lost 3 in a row. They got a cover in their last game. Milwaukee, a big home favorite here, about 7 or so. They've been very 50-50 ATS in general. Orlando have some issues offensively, but they're very strong defensively. And, of course, the Bucks getting Chris Middleton back. That's a nice little bonus for them. You know, low total. Milwaukee giving a bunch of points. Milwaukee, a good team. I don't necessarily want to fade them, but it's always eye-opening when you're giving Orlando this many points. I have absolutely no opinion on where a good bet might be. What do you think, Billy Brisbane?
Yeah, both teams are in this game in good form. Winners of 8 of their last 10, but the Magic keep on dropping bodies as France went down at the end of their last game. I believe that was Sunday versus Phoenix. They're going to need some big production from their guards of Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, and Big Mo off the bench. It's a tall task, though, taking on Milwaukee. I mean, they're with the group and they won each pool ball plus points. The Bucks are finally healthy and starting to look like the team that they're supposed to be heading into the season. Middleton back in the lineup, that should give a boost to their second unit as he's like the backup point guard. And then France being out of the lineup, I just don't see where the Magic's can be really trusted playmaking wise for them. I have my doubts as Jalen Suggs is the number 1 option is what I'm saying. Giannis is leading the NBA in points per game right now. Milwaukee, last season, they split the series 2-2 with Orlando. But prior to that, Milwaukee had a 14-game win streak head-to-head versus Orlando. So basically the years that they didn't have Paolo and Franz, I can kind of see that coming back into play here with Milwaukee winning and covering this line. I'm not too giddied up to play it, but I would probably lean towards Magic team total under Milwaukee on the spread, or Milwaukee in the under in the same game parlay. But my favorite play in this game is actually going to come in the player prop section. I like Cole Anthony over 17.5 points and assists at -122. When Franz went down, the first rounder from Colorado, Tristan da Silva, entered the lineup, but it was really Cole Anthony that absorbed most of that usage as he played a season high 29 minutes. He's had an inconsistent role this year, but they're going to need his playmaking ability. Anthony shot 2 for 6 from the three-point line, but still encouraging to see that shot volume with 14 points still. And I would assume that we're going to get Damian Lillard defense guarding him. Milwaukee's been giving up the most points per game to opposing point guards across their last 7 games and the 8th most three-pointers last year. Versus Milwaukee. Cole Anthony had 13 plus points in 3 out of the 4 meetings versus Milwaukee. So I like Cole Anthony points and assists. I think he's going to be the one that benefits from Franz being out of the lineup. But when it comes to the total, this total feels really low. It feels like the bookies are obviously acknowledging the offensive production missing, but Milwaukee has gone under 13 out of their 23 games played this season. So if you're fading the Magic, I feel like it would be for them not to score.
Yeah. In the meantime, I didn't check exactly where everything opened at every place, but it seems like there's been about a 2 or 2.5 point boost to the total since the actual opening. I saw like around 212.5 or so. Now it's up to about 215 market wide. We'll see where it closes, but as of right now, line has gotten bet up a little bit as far as the total is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the NBA Cup game. You see this in kind of single elimination games. You got to account for the fact that if you're betting an under, I would probably leave first half under versus full game under, because at the end of the game, you might see like that, like teams fouling and stuff like that. Like this is the last of they're supposed to care a little bit more than usual. So in that case, yeah, I see why people are betting the dog on the spread. In an elimination game, 7.5 points feels like a lot, but hey, I'm glad I'm not a sports book odds maker, because if I had to line this game, I'd put this bitch at 10.5 and say I'd probably get slammed with the Magic.
Really?
Yeah, I really do think the Bucks have the potential to blow them out. I mean, we were just sitting here, deja vu last week, and we were talking about the Knicks versus the Magic, and they ran him off the floor. That was with Franz on the floor. Granted, not the same situation, same lineup, but I don't know. The Magic are already not that good of a road team. B, they're always overvalued because they're always covering ATS spreads.
Right.
They have no Paolo, no Franz. Jalen Suggs is your number one option. I mean, I'm betting Cole Anthony for a reason. I don't think he gets it done.
Yeah, and in the meantime, the first half total is actually significantly higher than 50% of the full game, which is interesting. Yeah, man. You might be right. Maybe just capping the cappers, listening and reading to what you guys are saying. Maybe Milwaukee is the play here, which would, jibes with my first glance at this line, which is like, wow, it seems a little high, just at first glance, considering how Orlando has done ATS recently. And looks like Wu Rizza, Magic, no point guard and no Wagner shit means trouble.
Back in the day, though, Pete, I feel like in years past, not this year specifically, but in years past, we would be on Milwaukee first half in this spot on the spread.
Wu Rizza, Magic not scoring, laughing at him. He took the Magic team total under 100 at +120 2 nights ago. All right.
That's a good
I would definitely be leaning Milwaukee and Orlando team total under. Maybe I'll bet those. Next game, second game today, Dallas OKC. Another game where there's a line that's like, I don't know, seems a little bit off, right? Both teams great, right? OKC has been good ATS, but Dallas absolutely rolling. They've been covering every game as well. They lost their last game ATS as a big road favorite, but now getting a bunch of points in this one also. First line I saw was Dallas +4. Now it's up to 4.5. And I don't know, not that I want to fade OKC, but given Dallas team is winning, covering, they're healthy, that many points, I don't know. First glance, I would think, of course you take Dallas was 4.5. What do you think, Billy?
Shouts to Tone, man, in the chat, driving up the parks right now. He says, levels play of the day. Kyrie Irving, over 21.5 points, 2.25 units. Also on the money line, plus 150. Aubrey Travis, Dallas team total over first half. I kind of like that.
Wow. Yeah, look at all these comments coming in on this game. Billy Brisbane, what were you thinking?
Yeah, Dallas has been able to kind of really put this show on the road. I mean, they've won 7 straight heading into this game. The Thunder have been just as hot coming into this game, winning 7 out of their last 8. Hartenstein was kind of like a perfect fit while Chet misses some time. He's kind of giving them some type of interior presence. Hartenstein in the 8 games since returning, 11.8 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. It's the first time in his career that he's averaged more than 2.5 assists per game. Even with Hartenstein, though, I still have doubts of what we saw in the series last year in the playoffs. OKC struggled to defend the paint. I think this line should be closer as the Mavericks have won 5 of their last 6 versus OKC head-to-head wise. The total kind of seems appealing as both these teams are top 10 in tempo. It's hard fading OKC on their home floor as they have a very ruckus crowd and dedicated fan base. In their first meeting in Dallas was able to win 121-119 with a triumphant effort from PJ Washington, leading the game with 27 points. He's questionable for this one. I don't know if he's going to play or not. SGA is somebody that you probably want to look towards in the prop market. I know Luka's going to draw a lot of attention, but he scored 30 points. And he scored at least 30 points in 6 of his last 7 games. In last year's playoff series, he had 32.2 points, 8 rebounds, 7.3 assists with a triple-double in each of his last 3 games of the series. So I can't imagine what SGA's triple-double prop is. I haven't even looked at it. But I don't know, though, Pete. There were some rumblings talking about the FIBA basketball security general, Andreas Salgas, saying the potential shakeup of European basketball landscape with the talks of a new league that could rival or replace the EuroLeague post-25-26 season. So basically, the permit member licenses are set to expire after next season, with major teams like Real Madrid and Barcelona rumored not to renew their licenses as well. The new league could involve the NBA and the EuroLeague, which is still be determined how that will work out. But the NBA Emirates Cup is literally supposed to be like the American version of the UEFA Champions League Cup. A part of the original deal when the Emirates sponsored this tournament was they wanted to be named the global partner of the NBA tournament, and they also wanted to be the first ever referee jersey patch of the NBA, which is very weird. In all their years of existence, they never had a referee jersey patch for their company. So it's basically comes down to this. Are they going to go small market with OKC and SGA, or are they going to go big market with Luka and Dallas? It'll be determined how this will go because OKC would seem like the bet on paper, but I got to roll with Dallas Mavericks money.
Wow. Well, a lot of disagreement in the comments section. The first comments were all on Dallas, and Tone Miggins might just have the right thing. I might tail this one on Irving, Kyrie points over 21.5. Tone Miggins liking Dallas, plus the points, a little bit on the money line, plus 150. Irish King liking Dallas. Aubrey Travis liking the Dallas first half team total over. Okay. And then on the other side, Justin McElvey came back with OKC minus 4.5 and Woo Rizza, OKC or nothing. Jalen Williams needs to play big. Gifted Cartel, though, likes the over, and the total has gotten bet up. So maybe that's a Kyrie Irving prop, even if, Dallas, it's hard to imagine getting smoked. But even if they do get smoked, could easily see the game going way over, and the Irving points prop going over. I might tail that. What do you think about that? The Tone Miggins play of the day, Kyrie Irving over 21.5 points minus 120.
I'm rooting for my man Tone, but I also don't like the matchup for Kyrie from the aspect of I think he's going to pass more than shoot, meaning of remember last year in that series, Kyrie played absolutely terrible to start off that series. They kind of have the right type of makeup of guards to kind of really lock up Kyrie a little bit. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say I'm betting the fucking under on that fucking Kyrie Irving prop. I'd rather bet his assist prop because I think this is about to be the Luka show tonight. Luka's about to go off. Luka's gonna have a great game, I feel like.
And look at this, Justin McElvey, double revenge for OKC. Look at this, Ron Crawford, revenge game, play of the day, OKC. Wow. So maybe gifted cartel. I like Jalen Williams, over 28.5 points plus rebounds. And yeah, just like the Milwaukee game, you know, I was like, why should Dallas be getting 4? And now they're getting 4.5. Maybe that's maybe someone's trying to not tell you something or trying to get you to do something that you should do the opposite of. Now I'm just listening to the cappers, capping the cappers. Now I'm thinking OKC minus 4.5 is probably the play. Matty Ice is on OKC. I think that settles it. Wow.
You got to think about it like this, though. They just going to let both favorites win on this card. If you had to ask me which dog was more alive, is it the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic or the fucking Orlando Magic? No props. Give me Dallas. I don't think they're just going to let both. They could let both favorites win. They don't really probably fucking care, or it doesn't really matter. But I think one of these dogs are going to win tonight, and I think it's going to be Dallas.
Wow, look at that. Andrew G saying, I don't watch the NBA no more. I don't care what they do. I'm still never watching that garbage. I tried that. Then I started watching Real Housewives instead of the NBA. And then I was like, this is garbage. So I switched back to the NBA. Now I watch the NBA again. But yeah, it can be tough sometimes. I agree with you. Wow, man. I'm thinking OKC. I think both favorites are the play. A lot of people. Wow.
If you like
OKC covers and Kyrie, the points.
I would go team total. If you were on OKC, I'd go team total and say fuck a spread. If you like OKC, they're gonna have to score here. They're not gonna win a slow paced game. They have Isaiah Hartenstein out there. It's just he has the most assists that he's ever had in his career in the season right now. He's basically hitting an SGA pick and roll. I'll go team total.
Man, look at this. But Woo RZA with the old "that's what they want you to think" comment. Ooh, meaning think the opposite of what you think, because what you think is what they want you to think. Oh, man. I hear that.
Woo RZA, that's how I kind of was like, gotta bet Dallas money line. Do we not remember what the fuck just? I get it's the double revenge, and this, that, and the third, but it's they could just be better.
Yeah. Well, I'll be very interested to see how these games turn out and where the lines close. As far as an official play for me, I'm definitely off. I hope everyone cashes on this game, which is, of course, impossible. Wow. But that was a great breakdown and a great preview. All right, Billy Brisbane. So we know you're liking Anthony points and assists over. And what do you like? And you're liking Dallas plus the points, right?
I'm taking it on the money line here. You can
keep on the money line.
Yeah, what's plus the points? We got to win or go home, man. It's the NBA Emirates Cup, man. Win in advance.
Okay, great breakdown. We got Matty Ice. Shout out to Matty Ice. We got his taint play of the day, which is Troy plus 27.5. A lot of these big, huge underdogs in college basketball today, and the Rutgers game. He's liking Rutgers too. Penn State, of course, off the Purdue win. All right, Billy Brisbane, thanks so much for joining us once again. Good luck. Have a great show with your MMA podcast tonight, and we'll see you next Tuesday, baby.
See you tomorrow, me and Jose. Emirates Cup Part 2. We have the Atlanta Hawks taking on the New York Knicks, and the Golden State Warriors taking on the Houston Rockets. So this is just Part 1 of Part 2.
These friggin' games. All right. Thanks so much, Billy Brisbane. We'll see you tomorrow. And there you go. Ron Crawford also with North Dakota State. That's his play. I thought he said South Dakota. All right. And then Morgan Spooner liking Rutgers. Yep. Woo RZA took Rutgers. Wow. We will talk about this. All right. What do we got now, Jose Bouquett? Who's coming on? What are we talking about?
Well, we're going to talk to Dabby Cab, and we're going to go to football here. But before Dabby Cab comes on, I'm just going to play this lovely video again for the people that might have missed it in the beginning of the show here. We have finally decided upon Pubapalooza 4 dates. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Pub Sports Radio is very excited to announce the dates for Pubapalooza 4. The most exciting weekend of the gambling year. Round 1 of March Madness. It's all going down in San Antonio, Texas at the Southtown 101, Thursday the 20th till Sunday the 23rd. It's going down, baby.
Scheduled events every day. that weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all going down in Southtown 101. Come hang out with some of your favorite Pub Sports Radio personalities.
I can't wait. Meet us in Texas, baby. It's going.
Oh,
Wow. Looking forward to it, Dabby Cab. Looking forward to it, right?
Pete, man, it is my favorite time of year. It's like Christmas, man. The last 3 years going down there have been such a blast, man. Every year's a little different, a little better. You guys in the chat better get there with us, man.
It's amazing.
More vegan meals, not just a vegan meal for me.
Oh yeah, I went across the street and there was a great place right across the street from that, and I was like, I bought some stuff, I shared it with people. I was like, Jose, this place across the street from Southtown is great. He was like, never even heard of it. Never even heard of it.
Was screaming at that point in time, so you brought exactly what I needed.
All right, well, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You know, you make the best of what you got in life, man. Dabby Cab, life is freaking short, man. You know what I'm saying? You really got to appreciate it when you got it, you know?
Yeah. It goes too quick, man. That's what,
it's incredible. Just this past month, it's like two people I went to high school with, bam, done, gone. It's like, wow, so fast. So at any point in time. So huge shout out to everyone who makes life worth living, which includes, but not limited to, everyone in the comments section. All right, Dabby Cab, let's get into it. First game, Army Navy. Every year, we know the deal. Just take the under. This year, though, the total was surprisingly high. Navy's a favorite here. I grabbed the under as soon as it came out. It was 40. If it loses, that's fine. I think it's down to 39 or 38 and a half. I don't know where it is right now, but these two teams match up. It's a bruising game. I'd usually be leaning the dog. I didn't take Army because, though, why would I bet money on the Army spread when I could just take that money and put it on the under instead? Oh, that's a nice line. I could use that for a song, the Army Navy game song. Dabby Cab, what do you think about this game?
Great football game. At the end of the season, would have been even more interesting had Army found a way to beat Notre Dame, but they didn't. They got stomped. I think Army is a side, but that's obvious. And I think probably if we had the ticket count and the money count, it would be on Army. Shout out to my guy, Kong. He said he thinks this gets over 7, and I do too. So I very likely will bet Army today. One thing that I know for a fact that I'm going to bet, though, is Daly, 2+ touchdowns. And again, I know I just said shout out Kong, but he's been on this prop, all year. Bryson Daly, over 2, at least 2 touchdowns, however you want to say it. You can get it at plus 120. And I think that's just an outstanding prop. His rushing yards is set at 124 or 120 something for this game. I like the over on that also, but more than the over, I just think Daly gets in the end zone twice. Even if it is a low-scoring game, I think Daly gets in the end zone twice. I think Army's your side here. They're just a better football team. And anytime Navy's had to step up this year, it's been an ass beating. I know Army got, trounced a little bit against Notre Dame. But outside of that, I think Army's done a better job. I don't know how many games you could call step-up games outside of that. But when you look at Navy, even Tulane, and look, wins are not transitional. Okay, I get it. But Tulane stomped Navy. They lost to Navy 0-35. And we're talking about, that same Tulane team that we just saw what Army did, right? We just saw what Army did. I'll tell you this, Pete, when they came out of the tunnels for that Army Tulane game, I texted Wine Time and I said, bro, does Tulane only have 20 fucking people on their team? What is going on? I'm about to get smashed this bet. And I was right. I got smashed. Tulane looked terrible. But I like Army. I like Daly over 2+ touchdowns.
All right. So I'm sorry. I actually missed the start of your breakdown because I saw this live cricket bet from Armchair MMA. He said, take it at minus 108. I went and I saw like plus 110. So I was like, nah, I'll hold off. But I wanted to tail his Pakistan live bet in cricket. But so you like Army here. Everyone in the comment section seems to be liking it as well. But you don't necessarily like the under. You think Army's going to have a big offensive game here?
I think that even if Army does score 30 points, this game could still go under.
Right.
Yeah, I like Army as a side. I think Army can put up some points. I don't trust Navy to score, though. So as far as a total, I would probably still just go under if I had a free bet on a total. If this is like a 24-10 type game or something like that, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Sure. Well, the total's now down to a 38.5. People are saying grab Army before it goes to 7. The Navy team total, let's see, capping the cappers here. Navy team total is, where are we? What do we got here? It's 16.5. Minus 126 on the under. Not bad, right?
No, especially considering I got a bet on one player to score 2 touchdowns for Army. So hopefully they get there.
No, that's the Navy team total under.
Oh, Navy team total under 16 and a
Right.
half. Yeah, I don't think they get over 16. I
Wow.
like that.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna take both as far as official plays are concerned. Army, Navy. I'll take the under. I'll shop around to see what the best line, and then I will for a little bit of security and maybe a double up. I'll take the Navy team total under. That does seem like it's the better play. Wow, look at this though.
I'll take that Bryson Daly prop as an official bet too. So I'll have Bryson Daly over or at least 2 touchdowns at plus 120.
Okay, I'll shop around after the show, but the total should be about 38.5. I might be able to find a 39. And the Navy team total, I'll probably take the 16.5. I won't try to like buy up to 17, although I probably should, but I'll probably just take the 16.5 in terms of the Navy team total under. I'll make both of those official plays. And then the next game we're going to cover is the game on Saturday, right? South Alabama, Western Michigan. This is the Salute to Veterans Bowl in Alabama. South Alabama is a pretty big favorite, about 8.5 or 9 right now. Total's gotten bet down a little bit. And of course, with the portal, you never know exactly what's going to happen. South Alabama, their starting quarterback was great. He got banged up in their last game, so it's not clear if he's going to play. His backup, though, is pretty good. And, Western Michigan, again, they played in the MAC. They were a relatively good offensive team in the MAC, and their defense was a liability for them. So my lean would definitely be to the over, and I guess leaning to Western Michigan, getting all those points. But the Western Michigan had that quarterback, Hayden Wolf, who in general had a good year, but down the stretch he was struggling a little bit. He could bounce back here though, because South Alabama has a vulnerable defense, and again, it's not exactly clear who's going to be in or out. So I don't have a bet yet. I'm not going to give an official play here, but I will say that I'm leaning over. And I guess why not leaning Western Michigan, getting anything over a touchdown?
Yeah. Yeah, I would lean with the points too, or maybe just an over. Both of these teams, and this is where when we start getting into these games, 6-6 on the season. So neither of them really did anything that impressive. Both of them were led by their offense here. South Alabama's, I think, running back. I want to double check that.
He's gone. He's gone he won't be there. Their star running back is out, but yeah. I think the backups will be just as good.
Yeah, just as much. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Over here, it is a lot of points for South Alabama. So I'd lean to taking the points with Western Michigan. But like I said, neither of these teams are known for their defense. Both of them are 6-6 because they have a high-powered offense and a bad defense. That's where they got to where they went. I would just go over here. I think there's going to be a lot of big plays in this game. So there's probably value in props, but I don't know these players intimately enough to feel comfortable taking props with their players. And then, South Alabama's defense, their tackling is just terrible. Like you look at some of these numbers, 121st in tackling. They're 80th in yards per play. I think there's going to be a lot of big plays. I think there's going to be a lot of points. And if that's the case, I like the 8.5 with Western Michigan or a 10, whatever you can get. And I like the over.
Okay. And in the meantime, I just checked site. I do have some numbers for Army Navy. I'm going to get a little bit higher than I thought. I'm going to get the under 40 at minus 126. I will go up to 40 there. And Navy team total under 17.5 at minus 147. But I'll take that 17.5 minus 147. I will take that, and it's going to be a pass for me as far as this one. The South Alabama game is going to be a pass.
I'm passing here too. This ain't for me, Pete.
Okay. And let's see. So that does it for. Hold on a second. I'm getting it. And are you going to talk college basketball, Dabby?
We can, yeah, if you want. Did you have any games you wanted to touch on, or I hadn't? Today's card's a little small. I hadn't finished making my bets yet, but I'm down to talk about any game always.
All right, hold on one second. Let me just check one quick thing here.
The best game today is probably the Arkansas-Michigan game. I mean, I got close to betting that one. I hadn't bet it yet.
Okay, let me see. All right, let's see what the comment section is saying here. Let's see. Okay, that's it. All right, so now you want to get to college basketball?
Yeah, you want me to hit on this one a little bit?
Yeah, actually, can you start for a second? I just got to take a quick call. Is that all right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
All right.
You know, you got Michigan here, ranked number 14, 8-1 on the season, taking on the Razorbacks, 7-2 on the season. You know, these teams haven't played each other in a long time. Back in 2012, when they did meet, that was Michigan taking that game by 13 points. You know, Michigan coming into this game off a tight conference win over Iowa. They only won by 2 points. So they definitely didn't cover the 9.5 spread. But again, they won the conference matchup against Iowa. And then you got Arkansas coming in off this game off of just blasting UTSA. Shout out to Jose, 75-60. I guess they didn't blast them. They didn't cover the spread there either because they were a 19.5 point.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, I knew you were waiting for that, weren't you? You were so excited to say that. There you go, UTSA. Covering 19.5 point spreads. Did you have something you wanted to add to it? Go ahead, Jose.
No, I don't watch UTSA basketball. They suck. But they're apparently better now. Shout out to Austin Clunch.
Right. Well, so this Michigan team too, on the other side, you know, they've already got a win over number 22 Xavier. They've got a win over number 11 Wisconsin. I mean, they've played a tough schedule. Their defense is just outstanding. And then you look at this Arkansas team, 7-2 on the season, not bad. And their losses are against number 8 Baylor and Illinois, which, you know, that's if you're losing to Baylor and Illinois, that's okay if you're sitting at 7-2. Only problem is their best win of the season is Miami, and Miami's having an extremely down year under Larinaga there. And Arkansas was losing that whole game. You know, if you bet Arkansas first half, you lost. They had to come back, and they barely won that game by a few points here. So this is just, you know, an Arkansas team that I don't think's playing great basketball right now. So it would line up probably for Michigan, and I don't know why. I just don't want to bet Michigan. So that's why I haven't bet this one, Pete.
All right. Is this the first game you were talking about, Dabby?
Yeah, first one. I kind of ranted about a lot of nothing on this one.
Well, you know, it's just, you know, I mean, what do you think? Do you think that Calipari, nothing else matters? Take him as a dog in a situation like this?
I've been burnt on Arkansas this year already, and that's not a reason not to bet them. But, like, my thing is I like taking points with Arkansas in the first half that made me money over the last couple of years, and I don't know. I just can't get there with them against Michigan right now. This offense just isn't clicking yet for Arkansas. I think Arkansas will be a good basketball team this year, but they got to get more cohesive, like as a unit.
Yeah, I mean, my notes on this one were, you know, leaning Arkansas and leaning under in first half under.
So I lean Arkansas as well. I would take the points in the first half with Arkansas probably if I bet this one.
Yeah, all right. I my YouTube froze up a little bit. What are people in the comment section saying? Anyone got a strong opinion on this one?
I saw our guy Stacks in the chat, Justin. Shout out to Justin. He did have Arkansas there.
So. Oh, yeah, there you go. Arkansas plus 4.5. When he bet it. Let me see. Armchair. Wow. Talking about the Pakistan live bet in cricket. T-Moss saying, I'm trying to find a reason to take Michigan first half money line. Haven't quite got there yet. Yeah, I definitely will be looking at this game as far as a halftime play or your
under sounds good to me though, Pete. This Michigan defense is elite, and like I've been saying, the reason I'm not backing Arkansas here is just because they've been struggling. Getting rolling. I mean, they put up a lot of points, but those are against lesser competition, right? So when you look at what I think Arkansas is like 19th or something like that, in offensive, or no, that's their defense efficiency is 19th. So there you go. This is a offensive or a defensive minded Arkansas team. And Michigan plays slow, so the under, I mean, just makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Let me just look at college basketball. Yeah, I was thinking about under first half under. Again, this is be played at the Garden, at Madison Square Garden. Ooh, but the total has gotten bet up. I saw like 146. Now it's gotten bet up to 147.5, 148. Yeah, first half is like 70. Man, I would love to take a shot with that.
70 is high too, Pete.
But are they going to come in and be all jazzed up for the Garden? All right, I'll hold off on a total, but I'm definitely leaning under and first half under. Let's see what people in the comment section are saying, and then we'll move on to other games. Let's see. All right, so other games on the card. Let's see what I did. What did I bet? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, Providence DePaul is interesting. DePaul, of course, horrifically bad last year. This year, obviously a lot better. But now they're stepping up in class for the first time. And the question is, against Providence, question is, Are they going to start getting smoked by the better teams now, or will they be competitive? I think they'll be competitive, and I took DePaul, took them -1, and I also think I'm going to take them first half as well, and then maybe make a live or halftime play if depending on how things go and how things are at the half. But I think DePaul will be okay against teams like Providence, and I think they definitely feel like they have something to prove in this one. So I like DePaul, took them -1, and the first half as well. I like that one. Did you look at all the games, Dabby, or not really?
I mean, I can give a thought on all of them. Is this DePaul's first Power 5 step-up game here?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
I like where your head's at there. I mean, they got something to prove, right? Like,
yeah.
This is what they've been talking about in the locker room. This is what the season's about for them. So I like that.
Yeah, I think I will make that one an official play. I'll take DePaul -1, and I'll take them first half. I'll get all my lines after the show is over. But -1 would be about -1, -113, or 1.5, and I'll take the first half line as well. I'll probably take that one on the money line, best line that I can find. Let's see if anyone in the comment section agreeing or disagreeing. Anyone disagreeing? No. All right. Other games on the card. Well, of course, there you go. Once again, Houston, right? Just a friggin' dominant, awesome team, especially in the first half. Even when they're playing someone good and giving a whole bunch of points like they did against Butler, they just tend to cover. Now they're giving a huge amount of points with a low total against Troy. We've seen this a million times. I don't know. Is Houston once again worth a shot? And Matty Ice, though, likes Troy plus 27.5 as his play of the day.
Well, so what I was about to say is full game. Yeah, I'm sure that's a good bet. Just first half, it's Houston. Full game, you can go the other side. Houston's, they do cover full game plenty also, but their record in the first half the last few years, and I've talked about it, it's Calvin Sampson's defense. It's the same thing that you get with Buzz Williams at A&M. The way that they shift their defense and the way that they change early in the game, teams have to adjust. And that's why Houston first half has just been money. A&M first half has been money. Michigan's kind of becoming one of those teams also which is why I stayed off Arkansas. It's that defense in the first half makes all the difference in the world, Pete.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see. Hold on. Where are we? Clicking on everything here. All right, I'm going to, and it looks like, where did that line go? The first line I saw was like 20. Yeah, wow. I saw like 20. I have a very early line of 24.5. Now it's all the way up to 27, and of course a very low total. But Houston on the first half might once again be a decent bet. Let's see what else. I like Charleston getting a bunch of points against St. Joe's +7. And first half +4. I'll probably make at least the first half there official. I like Charleston first half and make that official. Then, West Virginia and NC Central. That's an interesting game. There's a lot of games on today's card with huge favorite lines. NC Central, their top player is Po Boy King, King, and I kind of like the under there and maybe NC Central first half as well. Morgan State Xavier, another game like that. Again, Xavier is off a loss. They've been bad ATS all year long, and they have Cincinnati coming up next week. So I got to be thinking one way or another, maybe Morgan State is worth a shot. And, of course, the big game like that on the card is Incarnate Word against Duke, right? Duke laying like 35. They've just come off playing like a whole bunch of tough teams, and now they're at home, laying 35 to Incarnate Word. Will probably be scrappy. Have to be thinking that maybe not first half, or maybe, Incarnate Word plus 35 and maybe first half is worth a shot. And then the Miami-Tennessee game, that's the first game that's going at MSG. Did you look at that one, Dabby Cab?
What is 14 or 15 point spread right now? Look, I've said this. Miami, as down as they are, they're still. I'm a big fan of Larinaga. I always have been. I would say first half, he just does not have the talent on that roster that they've had. And he can keep it close early in games. Miami, like I said, against Arkansas covered early, against several of these teams they covered early. But as the game goes on, they just don't have the talent on the roster this year. So, and between Tennessee, Auburn, I think Auburn's the best team in college basketball this year, even with their loss. But Tennessee's up there, man. Tennessee can play.
Yeah. Justin McAlee, Duke -34.5. Would I bet it? Okay. It's just I'm just not exactly sure where their motivation will be. Gravy Bets likes Providence money line going up against DePaul there. Also liking Penn State. Penn State, of course, coming off of the win against Purdue. Very impressive win for them. And Rutgers playing a much higher scoring style this year. Not really getting wins and covers, though. That's a tough one. Most of the people there's been, strong opinions on both sides. Some liking, a lot of people liking Rutgers, a lot of people liking Penn State. I don't know if you looked at that one, Dabby. You have anything on that one?
What I would tell you is just in these type of games, it's either the home team or pass. I mean, Penn State showed us that in their last game, right? Now they're going to go on the road in a completely different environment here. I would probably be on Rutgers in that game. And like I said, it's the college basketball is the one thing where that home court, man, it makes a huge difference.
Sure.
I would probably be on Rutgers there.
I do have some lines to quote in the DePaul game. I'll just take it, even though people are saying that Providence is the play. -1, -113, and first half, -1, -102. And I'm also going to add on Charleston. Let me see other games. Yeah, the Miami game. Tennessee, obviously, the number one ranked team in the country right now. Miami has been bad straight up in ATS, and Tennessee just dominating. And Tennessee also plays great defense against teams that can't really know. Maybe under, maybe Miami, Florida, team total under. Going down, NC State laying like 32-33, and they play Kansas on Saturday. Now they're at home off an OT win against Florida State. They've been bad ATS before. They've been bad ATS before that. Coppin State, obviously terrible. But I was thinking maybe Coppin State and the under. It's a very low total. This could easily be a blowout win by NC State where where the game stays under and Coppin State still covers the huge line. That's what I'm thinking. Jacksonville going up against FAU, rivalry game, of course. And I took Jacksonville +13. Now it's down to a 12.5 or so. Let me see. Yeah, the Penn State-Rutgers game. What a crazy, crazy game there. Again, Xavier has this big Cincinnati game coming up after this game against Morgan State, and they're off a loss. And in general, they just have been bad ATS. So Morgan State, I don't know if Xavier's going to clamp down first half against Morgan State off of their loss. My sense is, though, that they'll be still, even though they're off a loss, not fully 100%, committed to a blowout here. And I'm thinking maybe Morgan State first half might be worth a shot. NC Central, West Virginia under. The Albany-Syracuse game is interesting. Syracuse clearly overvalued to start the year, and someone, I forgot who it was, said they really like Albany +13. You have anything to say about that, Dabby Cab?
The very first thing you said, Syracuse have been overvalued all year. So, and now you're laying, 9.5 or a 10-point spread with them? I don't have it in front of me, but no, I would not bet Syracuse right there.
I also like South Dakota. I believe that's what Justin McElvey said he liked. It's tough. Wyoming does seem to be very good against this level of competition. And so for my official play, they also play a fast pace. I'm actually not going to take the South Dakota spread. I'm just going to take their team total over, which should be about 80 or so. So, if Wyoming wins 84, 81 or something like that, it still cashes. I'm going to make the South Dakota team total over an official play. I'm going to make Charleston first half +4 or so an official play. The Tulane game is interesting. Tulane has not been good. It's not clear why they should be such a big favorite here. Laying 5 points to Southern Miss, so that means they're probably the good play. And then Wisconsin, Illinois is an interesting game. Both these teams are a little salty right now. They both should want to be better here. Illinois is at home, laying a bunch of points. I was thinking Wisconsin getting that many points, considering that they should be salty too at the line, might be worth a shot, and maybe the under.
If it goes under, Wisconsin's the side, in my opinion. Yeah. If it goes over, Illinois is the side here. I agree. It's just 6.5 points you're asking for a lot, and I think it might have even come down to a 6 in some places. Both these teams are 6-2, 8-2 on the season, Pete, but 0-1 in Big Ten. So this is a big game for both of these teams. Neither of these teams want to start the season 0-2 in Big Ten play.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that under and first half under might be worth a shot. The total right now is 154. Wow, it's gotten bet up. I don't know. The first line I saw was 153.5. Now it's up to 154. I think I'm going to take the first half under on that one as well. And then looking on down the line, Cornell at Cal is an interesting game. Cornell, of course, not very big, but they play a high, paced type of game where a lot of times they do get covers against these kinds of teams. Now they're going all the way on the West Coast, so that's going to be a pass for me. Eastern Washington. Washington is a rivalry game, but Washington got absolutely blown out in their last game, so they got to be salty. So I didn't pull the trigger on Washington. Is there anything else from the card you think is interesting, Dabby Cab?
I think it's not a huge card. I think you touched on it. For me, it's the bigger games: Michigan, Arkansas, Wisconsin, Illinois. Not much.
Yeah,
that's about it.
My official plays will be DePaul first half and full game, -1 on both. Some people said that Florida in the comment section that Providence is the way to go. They might be right, but I'm willing to bet that DePaul is more competitive against these kinds of teams this year, especially in their first game against them. I'm going to take Charleston first half, which should be about 4.5 or so. South Dakota team total over, which should be about 80. And I will take a shot with Wisconsin, Illinois first half under, which I'm going to hold off the other under that we talked about. But I am going to take a shot with the first half under. And there are some of these huge favorite lines with teams looking forward to games this weekend that are big. NC State playing Kansas, Xavier playing Cincinnati. I'm not sure which of those huge dogs I'll wind up taking ultimately, but I'm going to be looking hard at all of them. And again, Incarnate Word getting all those points against Duke. I don't know, man. Justin McElvey likes Duke, laying 34.5. Maybe he'll cash. But that's going to – and then, Penn State Rutgers game. I guess it's true. Man, Rutgers probably does have the edge there. Rutgers probably will roll here.
That's a scary game right there. I mean,
that's a very scary game.
Yeah.
All right. You mind looking at the comment section for a second while I line shop around for some of these plays so I can quote a line and then we can wrap it up?
I got you. Our guy DC Capper said he's on Wisconsin +6.5, and then he also likes Rutgers. Shout out to you. Joseph Gomez said the Tulane line is moving to 6. I kind of looked at Tulane there. I kind of looked at that. So let's see. Morgan Spooner giving us his NCAA basketball card. Jacksonville +13, Rutgers -1, Rhode Island -4.5, and then Long Beach State +4. Shout out to you, Morgan Spooner. Appreciate you dropping that, my dude.
Absolutely. Look at this. The Wisconsin-Illinois game, first half under 73.5 -108. I'm going to take that one. Actually, no, I'm going to take 74 -118. You got to think these teams are going to try to D up at least to start, right?
Yeah, at least to start. And like I said, this is such an important game for both of these two teams. I kind of give the edge to the defense. I mean, they got to be moving around. They got to be closing out. They shouldn't be giving much room for the shooters here. I mean, this should be an intense basketball game.
Yep. And Charleston first half +5 -119. Kind of like that one. And South Dakota team total over 78.5 -117. Those are all lines that I'm seeing at various books around wherever. Okay, let's see what the comment section has to say, and then we'll wrap this up. Jim Deweger says NC State -33. College Coppin, worst team in college hoops. I know. I mean, they're really bad.
Real bad.
Really, really, really fucking bad. Yeah, that game might go under by 10 points and NC State covers by 10. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's just NC State, huge game coming up. They're at home, a huge amount of points. DC Capper like in Rutgers, Wisconsin +6.5. Morgan Spooner with a comment on Maryland. Yeah, Joseph Gomez, Tulane line moving to 6. That tells me Tulane is definitely the play. Morgan Spooner says Syracuse is so slow. Albany just beat a good Columbia team. I like Albany a lot, but that's a tough gym for New York teams. Yeah, I was definitely fading Syracuse. I think I did it with Cornell or Colgate, one of those teams earlier in the year, and cashed easily. Nasty Nate says Friars smash. Talking about Providence. Wow. All right, so now I like DePaul a little bit more. First half and full game, -1. There we go. A nice little joke to, let's see if Morgan Spooner. Yeah, no, he just likes Rhode Island -4.5. Okay. I think we can wrap things up. Right, Dabby Cab? You got any fights? Is there anything we missed?
No, I mean, that's about it, man. We got a bunch of action. We got action starting, today, this weekend, all across the board, Pete. Man, I love doing this with you, man. So thanks for having me up here.
So much fun. Jose Bouquett, is there anything we missed? Gonna drop in?
No, I don't think so. I think you guys are good. Just a reminder to everyone, Pubapalooza. Be there, be square.
All right, Pubapalooza 4. I'll be there.
So electric, Jose.
Absolutely. Jose Bouquett. And I'll be back next Tuesday, and I hope to see you all there once again. Thanks to everyone in the comment section, everyone, as always, who gave their time and effort and thoughts on this show. We'll see you next Tuesday, baby.